Here we make a list of famous men who married very young women. Before moving forward, don't forget to press the subscribe button. Now back to the list. 1. T.S. Eliot. Nobel laureate Eliot married his secretary of 8 years Esme Valerie Fletcher in 1957. He was 68, and she was 30. This was his second marriage. It was a happy marriage unlike his first one. She had been a fan of his since school days. They were married till his death in 1965. The couple had no children. She looked after his literary estate after his death. She died in 2012 at the age of 86. 2. Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood married television news anchor Dina Ruiz in 1996. He was 66, and she was 31. This was his second marriage and her first. They first met when she interviewed him for KSBW-TV in April 1993. This was only his second marriage despite being in many long-term romances over the decades. They divorced in 2014 after being separated for some time, citing irreconcilable differences. In 2016, she married basketball coach Scott Fisher. 3. Rupert Murdoch. Media baron Rupert Murdoch married Chinese-born Wendi Ding in 1999, who was 37 years his junior. They met in 1997 while she was working as an executive at the Murdoch-owned Star TV in Hong Kong. This was his second and her third marriage, and it took place 17 days after he divorced his second wife. The couple had 2 daughters. In 2013, Rupert Murdoch filed for divorce from Wendi Ding, citing irreconcilable differences. 4. Charlie Chaplin. Movie legend Charlie Chaplin married Oona O'Neill, who was the daughter of playwright Eugene O'Neill. They married in 1943, a month after she turned 18, and he was 54, which caused a huge scandal. They met 7 months earlier, when she was 17, and he was looking for a lead actress for his adaptation of the play, Shadow and Substance, which was later shelved. This was his fourth and her first marriage. They were married until his death in 1977, and the couple had 8 children. 5. Pablo Picasso. Pablo Picasso married Jacqueline Roque in 1961. He was 46 years her senior. They met in 1953 when he was 72 and she was 26. She was a muse of his, and the image of her likeness have appeared in his abstract paintings. When he died in 1973, she prevented his children from attending his funeral. She shot herself to death in 1986. 6. J. Howard Marshall. Playboy playmate Anna Nicole Smith married Texan billionaire J. Howard Marshall in a highly publicized marriage in 1994. She was 26, and he was wheelchair-bound at 89. She was accused of marrying him for money, which she denied. They first met in 1991 at a Houston strip club, where she was performing. He died 14 months after their marriage. After his death, she and Marshall's family fought a lengthy legal battle over the share of his estate, which she lost. 7. Hugh Hefner. The founder of Playboy magazine married Crystal Harris in 2012. He was 86, and she was 26. Their marriage was called off in 2011 after she developed cold feet. They reconciled and married the next year. They remained married until his death in 2017. 8. Woody Allen. Woody Allen married Suni Previn in Venice, Italy, on December 23, 1997. He was 62, and she was 27. This was his third and her first marriage. Suni was the adoptive daughter of Mia Farrow and her second husband Andre Previn, and Woody met Suni through Mia Farrow, who he dated from 1980 to 1992. Mia came to know of Woody and Suni's relationship when she found nude photos of Suni in Allen's bedroom in 1992, which ended their relationship. Suni was neither Woody Allen's biological child nor his adopted child, but their familial connections made their marriage in 1997 very controversial, and the press accused him of marrying his daughter. Woody denied this by saying he was never a father figure to Suni and hardly had any dealings with her during her childhood. 9. Roman Polanski. Roman Polanski married French actress Emmanuelle Seigner on August 30, 1989, in the 8th arrondissement of Paris, 11 years after he fled the U.S. on the run from the law. They met through a casting director. At the time of the marriage, he was 56 and she was 23. This was his third and her first marriage. They have 2 children, a daughter Morgan and a son Elvis. 10. Anthony Quinn. Anthony Quinn married his secretary Katherine Benvin in December 1997. He already had 2 kids with her previously, while he was married to his second wife Yolanda Adelori. At the time of their marriage, he was 82 and she was 34. This was his third and her first marriage. They were married until his death in 2001 at age 86. Number 11. Richard Gere. Richard Gere married Spanish activist Alejandra Silva in April 2018 at Gere's estate in Pound Ridge, New York. Richard was a family friend of Alejandra's previous husband, mining magnate Govind Friedland. They met when both were in the process of divorcing their previous spouses. This was his third and her second marriage. At the time of the marriage, he was 69 and she was 34. Number 12. Cary Grant. Screen icon Cary Grant married Barbara Harris, a British hotel public relations agent 46 years his junior, on April 11, 1981. They met in 1976 at the Royal Lancaster Hotel in London, where Harris was working at the time and Grant was attending a Faberge conference. They became friends, but it was not until 1979 that she moved to live with him in California. Number 13. Tony Curtis. Tony Curtis married his sixth and last wife Jill Vandenberg on November 6, 1998. They met in a restaurant in 1993, and she was 45 years his junior. When asked about the age gap, he said, "The age gap doesn't bother us. We laugh a lot. My body is functioning and everything is good. She's the sexiest woman I've ever known. We don't think about time. I don't use Viagra either. There are 50 ways to please your lover." They were married until his death in 2010 at age 85. Number 14. Fred Astaire. Fred Astaire married for the second time on June 24, 1980, at the age of 81, to Robyn Smith at the Astaire home in Beverly Hills, California. Robyn was a jockey who appeared on the cover of Sports Illustrated on July 31, 1972. A friend introduced Robyn to Fred Astaire for the first time at Santa Anita on January 1, 1973. After Astaire's death in 1987, Robyn became embroiled in a series of legal battles over the use of her late husband's image. Number 15. Dennis Quaid. Dennis Quaid married Laura Savoy, a CPA and yoga instructor who is 39 years his junior, on June 2, 2020, in Santa Barbara. This is his fourth and her first marriage. When asked about their age gap, he said, "There's 30-something years between us, and we just don't even notice it. I've never related to someone in my life better than we do." Number 16. Charles Bronson. Action star Charles Bronson married for the third time in December 1998 to actress Kim Weeks. At the time of their marriage, he was 77 and she was 36. This was his third and her first marriage. The couple were married for 5 years until Bronson's death in 2003. Number 17. Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart married singer and songwriter Sonny Ozell on September 7, 2013, beside Lake Tahoe in Nevada, with actor Ian McKellen officiating at the wedding ceremony. They met in 2008 at Franny's restaurant in New York, where Ozell was working as a waitress, while Stewart was performing in Macbeth at the nearby Brooklyn Academy of Music. This was his third and her first marriage. At the time of the marriage, he was 73 and she was 35. Number 18. Billy Joel. Billy married for the fourth time to Alexis Roderick, an equestrian and former Morgan Stanley executive, at his estate on Long Island on July 4, 2015. He was 66, she was 33. Governor of New York Andrew Cuomo conducted this ceremony. The couple had 2 daughters. Thank you for visiting this channel. Please press like and share on this video. And don't forget to subscribe this channel. Until next time.